So over the course of a few months, I have been building in conjunction with the community live on stream. We've been building what you're seeing right here. This lighthouse with the lighthouse keeper's house, the dock, and all of this. And in order to do this, we've had to develop certain techniques for building that we've utilized in order to make this possible. And today, I'm going to share those techniques with you. Build system in this game actually is a little clunky, and building simple structures like a round hut, like you're seeing right in front of you, can actually be quite difficult to navigate for many players. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I built this one step by step. Now I'm going to start with the clay foundation. You can start with sticks or whatever you want, but if you want to do the clay foundation, I did manage to end up using 33 clay bricks to make this structure. So first of all, get your hammer. We're going to find a nice little piece of land. This is nice right here. And the first one we're going to make is a square. Now, wherever you're at on the island or where you're going to build it, start building from the high point. That way, when you're navigating, because if you say, I'm going to start here, and you start to add as you go up, it may sink in too much. So we're going to start at the high point. So we'll start, this is good right here. Okay, so we have the base foundation. If we come up here, now we're going to come up, we're going to get the wedge foundation, which is an equal arm triangle, and we're going to put it right on the end like this. Now we can go ahead and hammer this in. And this layout is exactly how you're going to do your roof, and I'll show you when we get there. Now we have these two. Now we can put another square foundation off to this side, another square foundation off to this side, and we can hammer these in. Okay, so we have all three, and now you have a formation that kind of looks like a Y. That's exactly what we want. Now, you could actually branch another like couple square foundations off if you want to do a walkway, whatever you want to do, right? But for this, we're just going to do the hut. So now what we want to do is we want to take the brick wedge foundation or stick wedge, but either way, you're going to get the wedge foundation, and you're going to put it right next to it like this, right next to it like this, and right in between these, this Y is how you want to do it. Now we're out of brick, so I need to go ahead and get me some more brick. Okay, so I went and got some more bricks, so let's go ahead and put the last two wedge foundations in. There it is. This is exactly how you want to do it. Once you get your Y completed, then you put the wedge foundations into the middle between these two sections like this, and like this. Now if we go ahead and put some stairs in, I'm just going to put some brick stairs since I got brick on me. You can do whatever you want or no stairs at all, that's fine. But what we want to do now is get some sticks. I got two piles of sticks over here, so we're going to go ahead and use those. In order to do the roof, you want to follow the pattern of the Y. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So we'll start here at the stairs and we'll put an archway here. I'll put, say, a window just so I can mark it for myself that I know this is the Y. And I'll put a window over here. That marks that. Outstanding. And now we come up here. We can actually do the roof, this panel right here, like this. Like this. And this is the basic structure that you're going for. And there you go. Now with the rest of it, all we need to do is just go ahead and put walls in. I'll start from the outside. It's just easier for me to get the walls on correctly and they don't go into the center. Put another window in if you'd like. So from here, the next part of what we want to do is we want to come in and we want to find the roof wedge. Now, I tend to like the grass roof, but you can use whatever roof you want. You know, there's clay roof if you want to do a clay roof, or the grass. I like the grass roof. I think it looks pretty good. So that's the one we're going to use for this guide. And then you just do that. And you can continue this all the way around with your walls and your wedges. But once you have your Y shape in, that's really your structure and your guide for your walls and your roof and how exactly you're going to build it. Look, you don't always have to build, if you're going to build a porch, it doesn't always have to be square, right? As in this case right here, where I'm using wedge foundations. My door can be wherever I want it, but I actually like this foundation for a porch. It just gives it a little bit more of a flair. It's not so boxy, and I like that. A little bit of an aesthetic feel. But today we're going to go over exactly how I do it. This one's super simple. We're just going to do 3 wedge foundations. So we'll start with this right here, and we'll go out. And then we'll go here. And we'll put the third one right here because you want the triangle point in the middle going towards wherever your structure is. And there we go. Something nice, a little bit different, and could add that extra touch that you're looking for your structure. Have you ever wanted to build a super long pier? Well, this is how I did this one. We're going to go underwater. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. I put a foundation here, and then I put a wall, and I attached floors, and that's literally how I got it. Now, you're not going to be able to pull yourself up on these like you can your boat or anything like that. But that being said, we're going to go over this one, and we're going to do it together. So first thing you want to do, you are going to struggle with this at first. Your fish are going to go by. There might be something in the water that blocks it off. It may be red, as you can see here, right? It's red if you just mess with it a little bit. And you may have to break this down a couple times to find exactly the right height. I just happen to have this right height right here, so I have an idea of where I want. But you're going to have to play with this. So here it is. We just put it in. I'm actually not going to hammer this in, and I normally don't. The only reason I did this one is so that you could see exactly how I did it. Now I'm going to do a half wall on this one, and that's because it's going to take less resources. So there it is, and as you can see, it barely comes out of the water. That's kind of what you want. You want it to lay on the top of the water. So from here, we just want to build a floor. You have to build the floor on the inside first. Now we can build floors on the out, going back to the beach. And we can continue out all the way as far as we want to go. It's a super simple technique, but very effective to use in order to build all kinds of things, like houses on the water, long docks that you've always wanted, a big boathouse, whatever. Get creative. But this one I utilized to build quite a number of things in this current playthrough. And if we're looking at my time, I'm actually 183 days into this playthrough. And this is one of the techniques that I developed in order to do it. Now, like I said, putting that first foundation can be a pain. Like right now, I'm pretty lucky there's no fish around, but sometimes there's just a lot of fish or all kinds of things going on. So you need to find that sweet, sweet spot, and then you got to play with the height. But once you have that first wall, you're good. Using a similar method as we used for the dock is how I build on top of rocks. And this is actually the method that I used to build the lighthouse build. Okay, so what I did is I built stairs, right? So let's, just for the sake of this height, let's match it up as close as we can and kind of sink ourselves where we can, just like this. Now, I'm not using any hacks or mods or anything like that. So, and then we want to put a wall. Just like that. And then again, we put our floor. Now, we can put other floors, as you can see, and now I can build on rocks. like that. Now you can utilize that same principle with this, with multiple steps to get up to the top. So if you started with the foundation and then you built a wall, from here we're just going to do some half walls, and I'm going to kind of go along the base of the cliff. And then, of course, we have to build this. Okay, so now that I got some more sticks, the next thing we could do is we can put another floor over here, and then we can take this one out. And because we have it like that, what we want to do is come in and we want to build a set of stairs. We come up like this, build these stairs. There you go. See, you can start building stairs up, and you continue this process until you get to the desired height that you're looking for to achieve something similar to what we did on the small rock. Okay, so once you get to the first level, don't put another set of stairs in. What we want to do is put a floor in so that we can put the next floor back here, and we're going to take the one right here off. It's like that. And the reason, if you're wondering why I'm getting all my resources back, it's because my harvesting down there is maxed. That's why. Okay, so now that we have that floor there, we can come back in and we can build our second set of stairs. It's like this. Now, you might have to do this a number of times to get the right height, so I urge you to save your game before you start this process, because it can be quite painful. As I can tell right now, I'm actually just a little low. But for the purpose of this, you should get the idea. There we go. And let's hammer this in. So, because I'm just a little low, it's actually won't clip in. And actually go like this, but we're going to have this big hole that it's not going to clip in, right? So what I would do in this case is I would go all the way back down, reload my game, and mess with the height of the first foundation and bring it up just a little bit, because it's kind of low right here. And that's what I was saying. It's the same principle with the dock. You really want to play with that first foundation's height. Once you get the first foundation's height with the wall, everything else falls magically into place. Your floor will float just above the rock, and you'll be able to build a house literally right on top of that. Now, as an example of all these principles that I showed you, I'm actually going to go over the lighthouse here. First of all, I utilize this same principle with the dock here, as you can see. Then I put stairs in so that I could just get up easier if I fell into the water. But you can see how we ended up making the structure and the dock from the same principle with the foundation and the wood wall. As far as the floating platform on top of a rock, you can see how I did this. It's just floating literally just above it. I did have to play with this first foundation right here in order to find the right size. It was a little bit of a pain, but as you can see, it was totally worth it. As far as the round structure, that is the exact same pattern we used for the lighthouse. All the way up. And we just repeated that pattern every single floor as we went up. I hope you found some of these build tips useful. And if you have your own build tips, leave those in the comment section so that everybody can benefit from them. Anyways, guys, I'm Granddaddy Gamer. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope this helped, and I'll see you in the next.